Do you guys know the concept of Lindy?
Yes.
Lindy effect.
Yeah, the Lindy effect.
Yep.
Would you say that Bitcoin, because it was like the first crypto and it is the poster child of crypto, been around the longest, would have massive Lindy effect to it that would basically ensure that it's always going to have, even as a novelty, it's always going to have some inherent value?
And utility, because you can send billions of dollars across the network safely without having to worry about it. And it shits on Swift and every other payment network, which is a big utility for paying for shit in the world.
Okay, time out. Any blockchain can do that. That's not an inherent utility to Bitcoin.
But so don't trust any other ones.
Okay, they are trusting them and they are being built and they're also being used. Bro, some institutions would trust the Ripple network over Bitcoin.
Not most.
That's straight. Not most, because Bitcoin, once again, has hit that critical mass. It's still speculatory. I don't care.
Well, that's really like the whole point that we're saying.
Yeah, it has network effect or Lindy effect.
It's hit the critical mass, and that's the only. That doesn't mean it has inherent value because of the Lindy effect. 100%. It's Bitcoin, and it's the largest speculatory asset in history. And at this point, it is kind of like how do I say it?
Je ne sais quoi.
It only feels safe. It only feels safe because it is safer than most others at this point. That's it. That's it. Cross-border payments and all that shit, bro. Come on. You could spin up something tomorrow to do that.
I think that your assessment of the industry is actually far more speculative than crypto is.
Really?
I agree.
What do you mean?
You're speculating on future crypto uses that are like going to be adopted by industry that have the same, like I would say, a trust that Bitcoin has in it.
No,
Bitcoin. Hold on, let me finish my point, and then you can go. Bitcoin has utility in the fact of what our friend Vince said over here, but also that mixed with the fact that it's already being used by so many people. Like you can make like a better Amazon. It's like, hey, look, this is on paper a better Amazon. It's quicker. It does X, Y, and Z, but it doesn't have the Amazon audience. It doesn't have the trust that me as a customer has in Amazon because I've used it. Bitcoin, because it has all those things and it's been around and it can't be changed, does give it this like, this X factor, this cutting edge.
Yeah, that doesn't mean inherent value or utility. You can't say
how are we defining inherent value?
So I was just gonna ask. So first off, let me say this. So what you're saying is X factor / inherent value. They're not the same. You can't do that. There is no slash there. Now, what is the utility of Bitcoin? Just answer that. Just answer that.
I've said.
I'll let Vince take it from here because I think he summed it up.
Based around what else?
You can use it as collateral, bro. You got DeFi on Bitcoin now. Stacks, bro. Bitcoin is non-Turing complete, and you got DeFi being built on Bitcoin now. So you have actual applications being built.
What is the utility of Bitcoin?
It's a platform, just like Ethereum is. I feel like every time, I say a utility for Bitcoin, he's like, "That's not real utility."
No. But I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, so with Ethereum, you're building out an entire ecosystem. For example, I mean that's very clear. I can literally just tell you. What you're naming is also speculation.
It's live.
Okay, it may be live, but all these other protocols that I also just talked about in a general sense, you guys are saying that that's also a speculative way of looking at it. I could literally say the same about those little two niche aspects of Bitcoin, because anyone who buys Bitcoin from institution to retail, they either don't know, they don't give a fuck about what other things are happening under the hood. They're only buying it for speculation. That's it.
I disagree, but that's okay.
We can have these disagreements because we live in America.
It's funny because that was kind of how I started this. It's like whenever we get into a conversation about the inherent value of Bitcoin, it turns into a debate, and that's exactly what I mean. It should not be that way. It should be a lot more clear, and that's what inherent value is. It's not clear.
Yeah. Well,
there are aspects that are people are attempting to build within the ecosystem of Bitcoin in order to basically prop up or create inherent value over time, but it's not there yet.
I will give you this. It is true, and this is a saying, that as soon as you have to explain yourself, you're already losing. And there's something to that. have it. Though I will say in the crypto sphere generally, you have to basically explain everything. Like to someone who's not already like crypto native, I'm having to like debate with them and explain like everything to them. So like, but I do understand like when Bitcoin doesn't have as direct of a use case, it does make it a little bit, kind of touchy. It's kind of like hard. And that does mean you're losing in a certain way.
So if let's take a project like Maple Finance, for example. If let's assume that they were already approved in the US regulatory framework, all this good stuff. If I'm pitching a Maple Finance to an institution over Bitcoin, I think they would have an easier time accepting a Maple Finance. It's private credit. They understand that. We can run through the entire gamut of what the platform is right in real time. Look, boom, 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 boom. And they're like, oh, okay. We go Bitcoin, bro. We're going to talk for 4 hours, and they're going to probably be asking what I'm asking you. So what is the value? Like, what is it? What does it do? Why would I? So I'll just hold it.
It doesn't have to do anything for it to have value.
So I'll just hold it. Yeah, but the reason you want to hold it outside of speculation is because of the value.
Collateral?
The speculation has been so great.
I guess.
What's the value of gold?
I'm not debating gold.
Why not?
Because I'm not a gold bug, and